The opening ceremony of the 2023 legal year began with a procession led by the Chief Justice Hassan Boubacar Jallow from the Polyclinic to the Superior Law Courts Complex in Banjul. The President, His Excellency Barrow, later arrived for the formal ceremony and was received by the Chief Justice, judges and other members of the bench and bar. This annual event, which first started in 1982, has since been held to bring together all stakeholders in the judiciary to take stock of their achievements and shortcomings and chart a way forward. The President of the Gambia Bar Association, Saliu Tal, acknowledged the impressive transformation of the judiciary over the last 5 years, but argued that the justice delivery system still faces enormous challenges with regards to what he called the delays in court proceedings, treatment of high-profile cases, and enforcement of court decisions.
The road to justice is still a pipe dream for the average litigant in the country, and a long one for that matter. We still experience delays and backlogs in the system. High-profile cases tend to get expedited hearings and are concluded in a relatively shorter period. However, the majority of cases, both civil and criminal, take an inordinate amount of time to be concluded in this jurisdiction.
The Chief Justice Hassan Boubacar Jallow gave an extensive overview of the activities of the judiciary in the last year, which are all geared towards improving services, infrastructure, and build capacity to ensure an effective and efficient dispensation of justice.
The mission of the judiciary, of course, remains constant. That is to ensure a fair, impartial, and timely delivery of quality justice by a competent, motivated, and committed institution and its staff. So does this core activity that also remains constant, and that core activity is to adjudicate on disputes, to hear and determine cases fairly and expeditiously without unreasonable delay. But the size of the workload of this core activity is constantly on the rise. Last year, in the year 2022, a total number of 11,568 cases were filed in all the courts in the country, starting from the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, High Court, going down up to the district tribunals.
The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dawda Jallow, said government takes seriously the concerns of the public and is committed to implementing the provisions of the government's white paper with the adoption of a plan to ensure accountability for Jammeh-Era crimes.
The government is currently working with ECOWAS towards setting up a hybrid court for prosecutions, while awaiting the launching of the implementation plan to guide the overall implementation process. The Ministry of Justice is actively implementing the white paper, especially recommendations that do not require significant financial resources to be implemented. It is commendable to note that the ministry is playing a key role in the prosecution of some of the junglers in the United States of America, Switzerland, and Germany for human rights violations they committed during the Jammeh regime, details of which were discovered by the TRRC findings.
In his opening statement, the President, His Excellency Barrow, paid tribute to the Chief Justice and his staff for overseeing the transformation of the judiciary after more than 2 decades of suppression. The President underscored his government's commitment to a fully functional and independent judiciary that ensures the speedy and impartial dispensation of justice. He therefore pledged to set up a special prosecution mechanism to ensure justice as part of the Gambia's transitional justice processes.
We are working with relevant stakeholders and partners to establish a prosecution system to impartially try the perpetrators of human rights abuses and violations mentioned in the report. The white paper also contains the government expressed decision to set up a special prosecution office mandated to investigate and prosecute accused persons within its terms of reference.
The President also disclosed that government is in the process of formulating a comprehensive legal framework aimed at improving the welfare of judges and other judicial staff with the aim of building a strong and efficient judiciary that is responsive to the needs of Gambians.
To address the welfare of the sector personnel, Cabinet recently approved the long-awaited Judicial Officers Remuneration and Other Emoluments Bill. Hopefully, the Ministry of Justice will present it to the National Assembly soon. It will lead to the first ever legislation to regulate and protect the conditions of service of judicial officers, particularly judges of the superior courts.
He also assured the Gambia Bar Association and all other stakeholders that his government will provide a new constitution that he insisted will represent the interests and welfare of all Gambians to replace the Jammeh-Era 1997 constitution. Mamadou Jallow, GRTS News.